Are we recording on the mic? What's going on, guys? It's your boy Eddie Knight. This is episode 8 of 4 Artists by Artists.
It's JCoop on the track. You already know what it is, man.
Yes, sir. Got him back. Another reoccurring guest, man. We got some cool topics to talk about. You know, the usual. Before we get into the typical stuff, man, what you been what's going on, man?
Man, I've been working, just grinding. Dealing with a sick a sick kid, but
Yeah, I feel like
other than that, just been trying to get in that zone to make them slaps, Other than that, I'm here. You feel me?
yeah, man, I feel you.
Yes, sir.
I'm feeling that sickness myself, man. So I apologize in advance to anybody listening. I'm probably sounding real stuffy. But yeah, man. So how you been working on any new music?
Yep, been working on some new I just dropped a banger on my BeatStars. If y'all ain't got that already, it's beatstars.com/JCoop on the track, TRAKC, called We Gang. I got a few more on there, man. I'm just trying to put as much as I can on there. And I might be doing a little I might be dropping like a video here in the next probably month or so to a remake of Racks in the Middle by Nipsey Hussle. So,
Okay, you get on the mic?
yeah, man, I had to show him one time.
Yeah, man, do it every now and then.
Yeah, man,
every now and then.
Gotta let him know I still got flames.
That's what's up, bro. Speaking of BeatStars, man, like the way music is being like listened to and most importantly sold, man, it's kind of just changed over time. Like, I mean, of course you want to have your stuff on Apple Music and iTunes and all these other things, but even iTunes is kind of dying out. So as far as like BeatStars and all that goes, like how have you been able to maneuver with the changes in selling beats over the last few years?
Really with BeatStars is more I'm not gonna speak on everybody else aspects on it, but my aspect is I kind of use it as a library. You know what I mean? Like how producers or like DJs come up with the little USB cord and stuff like that. So don't nobody always have that around.
Right.
So now we got the mobile devices. It comes with an app. All you got to do is pull it up and let them listen to it, give out your info and all of that.
Okay.
So it's real convenient in my aspect of what BeatStars is, and you get to tap in with a lot more artists, even a bunch of producers, of course, but mainly artists are the ones that have that downloaded on they cell phone devices or tablets, excuse me, or whatever else they got. So my aspect is I keep it as a library. So even when I do pop up to a studio session or somebody who, oh man, you make beats? Yeah, man, here, pull it up on your phone. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got to dig all in my pocket looking for
USB stuff.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just right there in their face. So
okay, so you use yours more of like how a lot of people use SoundCloud, stuff like that.
yeah.
Okay. And I mess with BeatStars, man. Like I got beats on there as well, but I also have like an artist page on there, and I don't know if you know, like BeatStars, you can monetize your SoundCloud streams on
Yeah, you can monetize that and your YouTube.
Right.
So like every time I make a beat, I try to make a YouTube video too, because if they see the video on there, they're gonna want to go see what else kind of videos or what else kind of music you put up with the video. So I try to do both. I drop it on YouTube and I drop it on BeatStars. So that's my main two right now. So
okay.
So definitely monetizing.
That's what's up, man. Yeah, man. It's definitely all about the monetizing those streams, man. Because unless you're like a diehard fan as far as music goes, I know with beats is different, obviously, because you're selling beats and leasing beats. But with music and everything, everybody's streaming. So unless you're like a super diehard fan, they're probably not going to be just buying your songs. They're going to be
most likely they just going through your page, listening to the type of sounds it is, and then they move on to the next. But like what's his name, the Old Town Road dude. Everybody everybody gonna call him the Old Town Road dude. But yeah, Lil Nas X, like even his producer was on BeatStars, and that's how he came up. You know, somebody might not have liked that same exact beat, and you know, he just stumbled upon it and was like, "Oh, I'm feeling it." So definitely one of those type of, you know, hit and miss type of deals, but eventually it'll happen. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, man, it's crazy how it kind of works. You know, like YouTube and BeatStars. A lot of people, you know, I get most of my beats off of BeatStars or YouTube. You know, and I'll usually look for the beats because most of the producers on YouTube have a BeatStars or Airbit or whatever.
yep.
I'll just go into the description and find it on there. And I know a lot of people, like famous rappers, got beats off YouTube and BeatStars as well. So
Definitely.
definitely a dope avenue to push beats through. And it's kind of crazy how marketing of it has changed too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Like back in the day, it seemed more like sales pitches versus now with social media, everything is a conversation. So that's kind of how you got to go about selling your music and promoting your music. You know what I mean? It's not like selling like an ad anymore.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
gotta,
it's really just making connections with people.
exactly.
Man.
You gotta have a conversation, talk to them. You know what I'm saying? Let them know that you ain't, you know, trying to be on either no skimming type stuff or just building a foundation to let them know, like, hey, anytime you need beats or anytime you need to work, you know what I mean, is, you know, hit me up. Obviously, you like my product type of deal, so let's keep working. Let's keep trying to build something until something happen from it. So it's definitely to promote, like the promo side. You got to keep promoting. Like I try to promote my stuff every time on Instagram because it's a visual there. You can put your link on there. Same thing with Facebook. If you got a page, a Facebook page, you know what I mean? And, you know, copy it to there, you know, send it to a couple people. Like one thing I don't do, I don't try to push my stuff on people. You know what I mean? I send here a little bit and let them, if they feel it, they feel it. If they don't, then, you know, they'll feel one of them eventually. But like the promo side, as far as BeatStars, you have to put in more to get more. And I feel like that's any product you're using. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel like a lot of BeatStars and YouTube, as much as it is promotion, I feel like a lot of it is going to have to do with your titles of your beats, how you titling them, and the keywords and stuff. Because like, I get a lot of followers on my producer page on BeatStars, and I haven't posted a beat in a minute.
Like like I it's funny because like I post a beat, like I ain't dropping them like that because like I said, I'm a working person right now, and when I get done with it, I'll post it up. But yeah, like when I do post, it'll be like 2 or 3 people that'll hit my inbox. Hey man, this is dope, man. We should stay connected, blah blah blah. You know what I mean? And that's all love, and I just send them back like appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? You know, we'll work in the future or, you know, whatever. But yeah, it's like you got to really put yourself out there. Like,
yeah, and I know on the producer side, it's really kind of all about that long game. You know what I mean? Because for me as an artist, when I see beats from producers, you know, and they'll send beats, like I'm not about to just buy a beat just because it sounds good. You know what I mean? I don't got money like that, so I'm not just buying beats like crazy. But if you send me the beat and I write to it and I feel it and I got me a good song from it, then I'll use it. Then I'll, you know, hit them up like, all right, I need this beat and I'll pay for it. But usually out the jump when producers are like, you know, I'll send the full beat, you know, I just need the I need 30 or 150, whatever. Yeah, I usually just don't even really mess with them because they kind of, I get it because you want to be about your business as a producer, but you got to make that connection first. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I definitely get that because like the lowest I sell mine is 35 for a lease. But like if you want like the exclusive, you know, given the position that I'm in, it won't be that 300. I will cut a deal because you're messing with me. You know, you buying one of my products, so it let me know you mess with me. You feeling what I'm cooking up when you hearing my stuff. So I wouldn't go as far as like, oh man, you know your exclusive is too much, man. You want to drop that down a little? I mean, I will if you keep buying and keep coming to me, and you know what I mean. It's like a give or take type of deal. You know what I'm saying? But for the ones that just trying to get that quick quick little beat. Oh man, it's cool, man. I'm trying to put this. You know how much for the beats? Yeah, 300.
Yeah.
Flat.
Yeah.
Ain't no negotiating.
Yeah.
With that, you know what I mean? So I get what you're saying. It's like two aspects from it. You know what I mean? It's the one that really genuinely that's gonna mess with your music, and it's the ones that's just trying to get where they trying to get to the top. You know what I mean? Real quick, like, you know what I'm saying? But don't want to pay that
right.
Don't want to pay that fee for it. You know what I mean? Then buy the lease.
Yeah, man.
For 35.
You gotta pay it for sure. You know. But I know, like, you'll hear a lot of rappers and A&Rs talking, you know, about getting beats to rappers, you know. And most of them, like, if it's just a snippet in their email, like, they won't even open the beat, you know what I mean? Like, you got to go ahead and send that full beat. You can tag it up so they can't just be using it, you know what I mean? But what most producers don't do is release their music, like, just release it like a song, you know what I mean, on iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify, and get it backed by, you know, like a performance rights organization like BMI or ASCAP. That way, you already got your beats out on Apple Music, iTunes, and you got it registered through BMI and all that. Then if anybody's releasing a song without paying you, and, you know, you'll get that notification, you know what I mean? If they put out a song and it's used your beat, you know, you can get your money for that regardless. So you don't got to be worried about, like, well, he ain't sent me the money yet, da-da-da-da-da.
Right.
Because you always going to have that, you know, on the tuck if you got your business right. So,
but like on that note, it's like they want the upfront. They want the upfront money, the beat maker, the producer or whatnot. They want it upfront now, even though, you know, you can get that, you're going to get it in the long run and on back end. So it's like, I need it now. So if I don't get it now, then it's going to somebody else.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's so complicated in that field, man, because I'm still learning to this day, like, the right avenue for me to take to get out there more. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a balance, man. Like, you're trying to figure it out.
Yeah, man. It's definitely a balance, man. I've been talking to some producers, man, and that's just my whole thing. You know, I'm not going to gyp nobody. You know, I'm a producer as well. So if somebody's sending me some beats, you know, as long as they send those beats in the email full length, if I mess with one, you know, I'm gonna buy it if I'm gonna actually use it. That's just the thing with me. You know, like, I don't want to just buy 10 beats and mess around and only use one. You know what I mean? So it's definitely a lot of give or take on that.
And usually some producers would send like a minute snippet of the song. So that's the intro, the hook, and maybe half of the verse. Right. Not the whole verse, but just enough so you to understand, like, hey, I'm either gonna feel it, because sending like a 20 to 30 second clip ain't giving the artist or whoever, because it could be it could be a TV show or a movie or something like that that wants to hear more of it, but 30 seconds it's not clarifying, like, if they want it or not.
Yeah, for sure, man. And speaking of TV, I know that's a really big hustle for producers and artists as well. You know what I mean? Speaking of longevity, that's that longevity check right there. That's monthly payment for the rest of your life, pretty much. So,
yes, sir.
Have you looked into that as a producer?
I'm definitely getting into that now. Like, I bought like a starter kit to how to do that. So, but yeah, it's a little bit more that comes with that, as far as like a little bit more that comes with that, as far as like, you have to name your beats a certain type of tag, you know. So, like, it has to fit the criteria of a TV show,
right.
Of a movie and a movie series, like, what can I say, Love and Hip Hop, you know, anything on VH1, anything on ABC, NBC, like, all of those have different type of energy. So they want you to name them like happy type of beat, or if it's a sad or emotional or energetic. So they want you to name these sounds, you know, what fits fits them. I just got an email back because I sent a company like 2 or 3 of my beats, and they said that they couldn't use it because they overwhelmed with so many of them. So it'll be a while before they get to them, or if I have to send them over again. But once that email was sent back to me, it kind of like broke down like how they want you to send those to them, and like I said, the naming of them and tagging your stuff. But yeah, it's like that's long-term money, man. That's forever type of deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, it'd be really dope to have a song or a beat in a movie or even a TV show. You know, I look at shows like, I don't know if you ever heard like Black Lightning.
Oh yeah, that's man.
Show.
I gotta watch season 3, man. That's my show.
Yeah, man, it's pretty lit. Like they have a lot of independent artist music in there as well, or even getting something, you know, sent to like Empire or anything like that. Would be really dope. And once again, like that monthly money, and I've been looking into how to get that done as well. And I know it's stuff like Song Trust and all these different services that you can use, and that will teach you what type of beat structure and song structure that they're even looking for, as well as, you know, how to name it and how to send it in and all that, and how to collect, you know, your royalties and your checks from all those. Man, I've been really looking into that because that'd be super dope, you know.
Man, that's one of my goals, man, to get one of my songs on TV network. I don't care what it's on, you know what I mean? But that's kind of one of my goals to happen. So I've been trying to tap into that a little bit more.
Yeah.
Cause like I said, I would rather for me to do this for the long term, and that's long term money, to where my kids can eat off that. You know what I mean? Getting a royalty check every month or every quarter or however that works. You know what I mean?
Right, man.
So that's definitely a hustle, but it does take patience, because you have to look for the license syncing companies that will do that. You know, some of them want you to pay. Here's a gem I'm dropping. Some of them want you to pay for your songs to get on those networks. And some folks don't have that type of money.
Right.
You searching 25, 30 companies up, you know, out of those 25, 30 companies, they might want $10, $12 a beat you uploading or a song you uploading, you know what I mean? And people ain't got that kind of money to do. So you just got to find the ones that ain't charging, the ones that saying, you know, just submit your music here, title it, date, do boom, boom, bow, you know, send me 2 to 3 tracks, you know, make sure they, you know, those type of songs that we looking for. So
Right.
But yeah.
Yeah,
definitely.
For sure, man. You know, it's a lot of free ones as well as ones that you got to pay, man. But even if you got to wait a couple weeks, man, I think that payment's worth it for the money that you would get in return over the long run if one of your songs is accepted. You know what I mean? And you can go through a lot of different things, you know, and there's some to get your music on TV. And I know everybody's really big on playlists for Spotify. Like, there's like services that are free out there, like, or, you know, obviously you can pay to get quicker and faster results. But I don't know if you ever heard of what's it called? Submit Hub?
Nope.
Okay, so Submit Hub is a big database of blogs, Spotify playlists, podcasts, TV networks, all kind of things like that, that people can submit music to, and it's free. But you only get, if you use the free version, you only get 2 credits a day. Basically, you can submit to 2 different things a day, which is still dope if you did it every day. You can submit to Spotify playlists. You can submit to blogs, to networks, podcasts, all kind of different things on Submit Hub. You basically just either link your SoundCloud or your Spotify, or you can just send in the MP3 of your song.
Right.
If you pay, there's some that if you pay, because they don't have to listen to your music.
Yeah,
you know
they can skip right.
So if you pay, it's one where it's not guaranteed a placement, but it's guaranteed that their people will at least listen to it.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty dope feature for Submit Hub as well, and that's like a super dope tool if you're looking to get on like Spotify playlist or you know, Apple Music playlists and like actual Spotify curated things for, you know, to kind of compete with those labels who steal up all those playlist spaces.
Yeah, definitely, because they got the capital to do it.
Yeah,
So that's a
man.
gem for y'all.
For sure, man. Submit Hub is really dope, and I don't see a lot of people talking about it. It's a really dope avenue for artists
Yeah, I
who,
definitely have to check in on that.
yeah, and for artists who don't have a lot of bread
Man.
and are still looking to, try to compete in this market space with all this, ad revenue and all that, man. It's a free version. Once again, you can get 2 credits a day. So every day, every morning you wake up, you can submit to 2 playlists or submit to 2 TV shows or whatever. And yeah, man, it's pretty dope. The game is just really kind of changing. It's really all about those placements and one just kind of building fans. So man, what are you doing as far as trying to like make a community out of your music versus just putting it out?
Well, I'm kind of limited on doing certain things, but I just try to connect with people, man. Like even this, like coming here to the podcast, doing all of this is to me, it's a stepping stone for more interaction with other people that don't know who I am. You know what I mean?
Right.
And can go to my BeatStars or go to my Facebook and try to tap in with me and get to know me, or if they just like my music, that's all they want. That's cool too. But I try to interact on IG a lot. Facebook a lot. I try to just give like good quotes, positive quotes and stuff like that, so people can tap into me more, because I know consistency on doing certain things like that will bring more audience and a fan base to want people to listen and be like, oh yeah, he posts up all the time, he posts this up all the time, he's this, that, and the third. I'm gonna tap into him a little bit more and see what he about. You know what I mean? Right. And as far as going to events and stuff like that, I'm pretty sure I said that on the last podcast. Just going to the events, just connecting with people out there, let them see your face, let them know who you are as a person, talking to you and all of that. So,
right.
I mean, other than that, it's just really trying to market yourself in a sense. So back to the marketing scheme.
Social media has really kind of just changed the game. Everything's just really just direct to fan now. Like, nobody's going to the store really to buy music anymore. They're going straight to the source. Even as far as music downloads, they're downloading right from the artist's website or Shopify, or whatever. So, that's definitely helped out artists a lot, man. And like I seen company like Sprint, they just bought like a third of Tidal. And Tidal, Jay-Z owns, I'm sure, and a couple other artists have stake in it. But yeah, Sprint just bought out 33% of them. So that's just another marketing avenue for artists as well. Do you use Tidal?
No, but my sister does. She using more. I would say she using more so than anything. She's told me about it. And only reason I haven't used Tidal because I feel like it's so people got their preferences on what apps they use.
Yeah.
And I feel like all of the apps are kind of the same in a sense. So it's really, not like I need this Tidal app or I need this Pandora app or vice versa. You know what I mean?
I gave it a whirl for a little while. They had like a little promotion. You get 3 months free, and then I used it for like a year. It's really dope though, honestly. Like, as far as a music listener goes, it's probably my favorite. But as far as being an artist, Spotify is just a lot more in tune with the independent artists, and how they let you make playlists and you can edit them and do different things on there. It's not, Tidal isn't as artist friendly as far as the interface goes.
Yeah.
But they pay the most, for the most part.
They definitely do. They definitely do pay the most
as far as per stream, but it's just not as big of an audience that use it.
Right. Now, if they can critique it to where it can be like Spotify, I think they will win. I think they would change the game on that level, because not only are you getting paid top stream sales, you also getting more artists, more musicians, more whatever to buy it, to use it more, because these artists, they always on the road, they always doing shows, and it's easy for them to grab their phone or whatever device they got and tap 2 or 3 times and be like, hey, appreciate you for buying this. Make sure you get the what is it, the ultimate sale bundle where we send you a CD and send you a t-shirt or whatever else that comes with it.
Yeah, man. Like everything, like with Spotify, it's easy. Like even on Instagram, you can share your link from Spotify to Instagram, and people can click the actual Spotify link in the story.
And I tried that with my brother, the Starving Artist Q. Like he's on all platforms as well, and he sent the link to me, but you can't use the link unless you sign up for it and be a member, pretty much.
For Spotify?
For Tidal.
Oh, yeah. Like Tidal, like they don't have like a free.
Yeah, so
like Spotify.
I think that's one of the reasons why they falling off. But then again, it's one of the reasons why they are paying the most streams, because they want you to buy their product, and if you buy it, you get more back.
You get a little more for your buck, for sure. And it's dope. And they're almost there, like you can share their little, like a really dope graphic from Tidal to your Instagram stories, but it's not clickable, you know what I mean?
Right.
And even if it is, like, there's no free version of Tidal, Spotify, that's kind of where, even though they don't pay the most for streams, that's kind of where they're really just.
They winning.
They're winning, you know what I mean? They're like, come on, you don't have to be free.
You ain't got to buy us, just stream it right here.
Stream it right here.
You know what I mean? If you want to level up on it, then you got a choice too. But Tidal doesn't give you that. It's either you get it or you don't. And
how they do you is, if you had the free version, you'll be listening for free for 30 minutes, then boom, you get hit with all these ads.
Yeah.
And eventually you're going to be like, all right, man, let me just mess with this premium because I'm tired of hearing all these commercials.
Exactly.
And that's just kind of how they get you, you know what I mean? They got a really dope business model. And they also are in business with DistroKid.
Mm-hmm.
They're in business with DistroKid. So pretty soon artists are going to be able to upload music. They already tested it with some of the like top tier artists, but you'll be able to upload directly to Spotify, just like it was like SoundCloud. You know what I mean?
That's hard.
They started beta testing for that. You know what I mean?
That's what's up. That's man. See, that's what I'm saying. They finna be like top, like to do that. Like, let me upload from my DistroKid right to Spotify. It's a wrap. Like the streams is gonna go up even more because everybody waits for that drop date. That date when somebody's dropping something. So, man, that's what's up.
Yeah, man, they're just doing a lot of innovative things.
Yeah, man, I believe they number one right now. Like,
they're
I think
number one
it's
for
them, sure. And then maybe either Pandora or
I think it's them, Apple Music, and Pandora's probably up there as well.
But Tidal falls in under that. Like, and for them to be a black business type of deal, I feel like you should be at the top, you know what I'm saying? As far as coming into, what's this, like they second or third year?
I think it was back like 2015, so probably about 5 years.
5 years, still
fairly new. You know what I mean? I remember it was just talks back then. So to even be competing right now is dope. But
I figure they got a little bit. I figure they know the situation as far as like where they place at as far as the streaming standards.
Yeah.
So I feel like they still got like I said, a couple kinks to fix on that part for them to even level up to Spotify's, equivalent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's gonna take them a little bit more, but I feel like in the near future they gonna hit it right on the money to where artists is gonna be like, hey, they ain't gonna be talking about Spotify for real. They're gonna be talking about straight Tidal. Like, here, get the Tidal. This is gonna happen. We got more of this. We got more of that coming. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah. From a business standpoint, they have some dope things in place. I mean, like for those top tier artists, if they are willing to do some things, Jay-Z gives them a piece of the company. You know what I mean, man?
Definitely.
A couple percent. You know what I mean? So that's pretty dope. You know what I mean? But they got a little ways to go, man. But they're doing some really dope things.
So if they do that, I might be all in on Tidal. I definitely might be all in on Tidal if they can level up to where Spotify is as far as like the playlist, the music searches, like the artist and the listener.
Yeah, man, for sure. They're doing some dope things, man. But I feel like soon they'll be up there. But right now, Spotify is definitely in the lead. They're just making some some crazy business moves, man. Even with the podcasting,
Oh yeah.
like podcasting is they've kind of just took over the whole podcasting space. They're in business with Podbean, which is one of the bigger podcasting distributors out there, and man,
it's like everybody's trying to do a podcast now, and it's so easy to just record like we doing and uploading just like that. You know what I mean? And you got hundreds of people talking about different conversations, whatever, genre of music it is, whatever field of,
true crime and
all of that stuff, man.
Yeah.
They got stories on there. They got 1920s music stuff on there. Like, man, it's a wide range, and that's where I feel like that's another reason why they winning, because they don't limit their podcast to just a simple type of
certain thing.
Yeah, exactly. Like, they don't limit
Apple Music, you got Beats One, and they got all the podcasts on there as well, because if you use a host, it'll distribute to everything, right, just like I use. But there's like podcasts that are Spotify podcasts, you know what I mean? And they may distribute other places, but they're generated, out of Spotify. So that's really dope. Like some of those true crime ones, and the Joe Budden podcast is a Spotify podcast. You don't find the Joe Budden podcast on anywhere but Spotify and YouTube.
And and you can't find I believe DJ Khaled or like Drake had one. You can't find theirs on Spotify for real either. Or Nicki Minaj. Like
there's Beats One Radio. That's Apple Music only.
That's what I'm saying. But everybody don't got Apple.
Yeah.
Everybody ain't got no iPhone. Everybody ain't got no account like that. So why wouldn't you want to diversify and put it towards these other, streaming sites so where people can listen? Because like I said, people ain't got Apple. Apple Music. People don't got Pandora type of deal. You know what I mean? And
that's where and the other thing why Spotify is killing everybody is because of marketing. Like, because what I just now found out just from making my own podcast is that you don't even need Apple to listen to Spotify to Apple Podcasts for free. You can just go on Apple Podcasts and listen to any Apple podcast for free. But they don't. You wouldn't know that unless you just already had the app or already had an iPhone. Spotify is real good at their marketing, you know what I mean? And they really market that free, that free. It's free, it's free, it's free. And that gets a lot of people on their site, you know what I mean?
And that's the best market scheme. Gonna give you a little bit so you can get a lot. You know what I mean? That's the best market. Free. Like, that's what people want. People want everything free. So why not? Let's give it to them free for a little bit. See if they like it. If they like it, then they locked into us. They can get the rest of these. What's that? The real buying the playlist and all of this stuff and getting more out of it. So the marketing scheme is like superb on their end, I must say. For real.
Yeah, man. It's really, really dope, man. And like you can listen to podcasts on Apple for free, just like Spotify. But like I said, I never knew that until I started making a podcast, and I was just checking all my links and make sure they work. You can just listen online, but Spotify makes sure you can listen for free. You know, that's their whole marketing scheme. And on the podcast end, even if you have a free Spotify account, you can just listen ad free, because it's going to be ads within the podcast, because all podcasters take ads or whatever. So you get 0 ads from Spotify when you listen to a podcast on Spotify for free, and that's real dope too. I know with the music end you get ads, but you get 30 minutes at a time to listen,
right,
on the free tip, man. But man, on the closing end of this podcast, man, I know earlier you were talking about something with, was it DJ Toomp, a producer?
Oh yeah, DJ Toomp. I believe that's who I was listening to on Producer Grind, another podcast.
I like
another
that podcast. It's
that
really dope.
I definitely listen to them, because they have not only the top producers or artists on there, they have the low end ones on there too, the ones that's on the come up and all of that. Man. So
I like the Curtis King episode. I mess with Curtis King a lot.
Yeah, I know who that is. Yep. But the little segment I saw was about him talking about having a producer union, which, if you an artist or a producer, that the artist gets more of the money than the producer does.
As far as the splits go.
As far as everything goes. Yeah. Like we we the last ones to get anything. You pay, like he said, you pay you pay everybody first, the artist, then you pay your manager, your road manager, you pay the hotel, you pay everybody else but the producer, and we get the back burn when we're the ones that made the sound for you to go and perform live. You know what I'm saying? Right. So he was just basically saying it needs to be a union to where once the artist performs any of the songs, even if it's 10 songs off the album, we need to get a percentage of that.
A cut of that, yeah.
That show money. You know what I mean?
I mean, that's cool. I'm sure a lot of artists would have an issue with it, but it makes sense, you know, because like even as an artist, like I can go on BMI and register my performances, and even if the club didn't pay me, I can get paid for just performing. You know, it might not be a lot, but I'll get a little piece of that just for performing my content live at this place. So it would make sense that producers would get at least a small cut of that. You know, it probably wouldn't be anything crazy, but at least a small cut of that would be.
It don't have to be a tremendous amount. It has to. It just has to be a good amount for us. You know what I mean? Because if we make like you said, if we make a beat and it go number 1, you automatically getting $1 million cash flat. You know what I'm saying? So then you go do these shows, you getting 40, 50, 60, $100,000, you know what I'm saying, a venue. But the producer, he gets the back end, like, you know, nothing up front like y'all get, like the artist is getting, I should say. You know what I mean? So that's where I'm kind of in agreement with him. It's like, you know, we putting our sweat and tears and blood making the music. Just like the artist is putting their sweat and blood creating the song. You know what I mean? So
I feel that because, you know, usually how it goes is, you know, y'all make the song, you drop the song, and then as far as whatever y'all agreed on, as far as the splits go, you'll get paid every 3 months once those streams and downloads roll in, and you'll get paid long term for those. But other than that, that's kind of all the producer gets off of the song.
And just to go back on that, some of them don't even get it's probably not even the 3 months because they're I'm gonna get you, I got you like 3 months, 6 months, a year then roll by. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, it's like you rolling over us. You know what I mean? And then you forgetting about us at the same time.
Yeah, on that end though, that's why I tell producers they want to make sure they got their shit registered, because that way nobody can mess you over like that. Because if you got your stuff registered through BMI or ASCAP,
right,
then regardless, whatever your split is, which is as a producer is technically 50%, you getting that every 3 months. You know, exactly. It ain't nothing crazy going on. But if you kind of make a handshake deal with an artist, then that's kind of, it sucks that producers get gypped, but it's kind of like, you know, you got to get the business right on that back end. Exactly. You know what I mean? And it's different when you're working with a label, because with a label, you know, you can hold out. You know, like, yo, I'm not sitting, I'm not
we need to figure this out.
I'm not clearing it until y'all, you know, give me my money.
Exactly.
But when you're working with like artists, especially ones that haven't blown up yet, it's like, it's a little bit different circumstances, so you got to kind of move a little bit differently.
Some labels are like that too, though. Some labels will wait and won't even give you that phone call back to be like, hey, you know, your music, you know, this, that, and the third, we still working the kinks out, blah, blah, blah. Like, some of them won't even get back to you. You know, you have to keep getting in touch with them, and they might send you to the deadline. Well, we're not available. You know, he's out, or da-da-da-da. Like, it's so much that can go left on that note too. But like you said, it got to be, make sure the business is right too. But the business could be flaking, right. Yeah, man.
You know, you can take them. You know, you can get that money as long as your business right. You can get that money. But if your business ain't right, it's a large chance you might get gypped. You know what I mean? Especially as a producer, because it's like, you know, it's no, when artists do these like handshake deals, it's kind of, you know, it's no paperwork. It's no, and you probably, it might be a beat that you just had on your computer and you never released. So it's not out there in the atmosphere collecting royalties as it is.
Exactly.
It's a lot of different stuff that could go wrong with that for sure. But yeah, it would take somebody like some big wigs to make that happen as far as the getting paid for the production, the performance rights on it. You know, maybe like Timberland, Pharrell, and somebody of that nature.
The top tier producers to make that happen, because like it's time consuming making sounds every day. If you on that level to doing it every day and pushing your product on artists and trying to get that, you know, it's cool to get those plaques and all of that, but at the end of the day, we want that cash just like you. You feel me? We want that money coming back just like you. You know what I mean?
Man.
So it's a fickle thing, man.
Yeah, man. Definitely from a producer tip. That's why, like, I mean, if artists want beats, you know, I definitely work with them. But I'm mainly, as a producer, I'm trying to get either my stuff in movies and TV, and stuff like that, versus just trying to sell to artists, because like, it's just, you can definitely eat like that. There's a lot of producers that do eat like that, but it's gonna be a little dog eat dog world out there if that's the only way you're trying to bring in the revenue. You know, artists don't have to be your only customers. You know, you can sell to other producers as well. You know, selling the drums.
Commercials out here. You got the TVs. You got and they ain't got to be like the long version of your song, because they'll take like 30 seconds of that snippet.
Yeah.
Of that certain snippet, or they'll take another 30 seconds of that snippet and use it. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
it's not like you gonna lose on that end. You know what I mean?
Sure, man. You gotta just set yourself up to where you're trying to get them revenue streams from multiple places, bro. You know, if you've been doing the producer thing for a minute, you know, consider selling loops. Consider, you know, selling your drum kits, your patterns. I know a lot of producers who make a lot of money doing that. You know, their main customers or other producers versus just selling to artists. You know, so selling to producers and getting their stuff synced for TV, movies, and commercials, and even if it's local, you know, businesses will pay you for those as well.
Local businesses too, like they actually looking for.
They're looking out for you way more than
the big notches or the big top, you know, TV networks and broadcast stations. Man, the local ones is looking at you more than anything they want, because they figure they can come to you because you're not gonna charge them an outstanding price. You know what I mean? As far as like percentage wise on royalties coming back to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's producer union. I'm all for it. Where's the list at? Sign me up.
Yeah, man, I would be dope to see play out, to see if they could actually make that happen, man. I'd be for it, you know.
Man, we need to bring that to the universe now, like for real.
Man,
like they didn't change everything as far as streaming services, where people don't go to Best Buy, Walmart, you know, Circuit City, you know, all of these other, you know, music stores to buy albums anymore, bro. People are buying them online. Like, it's no point. Like, pretty soon here ain't gonna be no CDs.
Yeah, man.
Only thing you're gonna be able to get is those vintage albums. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. CDs have changed. I don't think they're dead, but they've changed. You know, you can't look at them like back then. CD was your product. Like that was the product. Now it's more like kind of just like a part of your merch line, you know, for the people who, if somebody would buy your merch, they'd probably buy a CD.
Buy the CD, yeah.
But if nobody, if it's a person who doesn't know you well enough to buy a T-shirt, they probably wouldn't buy a CD from you, man. So it's just changed a lot. I don't think it's dead, but it's definitely changed. But yeah, man, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up, man. And I appreciate all y'all for listening and tuning in to episode 8 of 4 Artists by Artists. If you like it, be sure to subscribe on Instagram mainly. That's FABA Podcast on Instagram and Twitter. And also you can find it on Spotify, Apple Music, pretty much anywhere you listen to podcasts at. And JCoop, tell them where they can find you, man.
Hey, you can find me on IG at JCoop On The Trakc, TRAKC. I'm gonna spell it out for you. Oh yeah, shout out to my Super Bowl champs, the Chiefs. You already know we did it. And you can catch me on Facebook as well, JCoop On The Trakc, TRAKC, man.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, man.
I
Look,
appreciate
if you like this episode or any of the other previous episodes, consider being a donor to the show. You can donate to the show for as little as 99 cents. For as a price of a McDonald's cheeseburger, you can donate to the show and help be a supporter of the podcast. Also, for those who do donate to the show, there's exclusive bonus content, behind the scenes footage as well. So please consider doing that. You can find that in the show notes. If you're watching on YouTube, that's in the description. And if you're listening on any other podcast platforms, that's just in the show notes of the podcast. But anyways, man, it's your boy Eddie Knight.
Your boy JCoop on the track.
Yes, sir. We out.